When we go sailing, we don't necessarily think we want to sail super fast, but ultimately it is actually quite important, and it's part of the joy of actually putting up the sails. And Beneteau realised that's really important, that people don't lose that joy of sailing, and that is what they are focusing on with the first 30. So it's uncomplicated, the joy of sailing basically, and one of their key things is they want this boat to plane easily. So that's what they've been looking at, and to do that they've come up with a concept for the first team is basically derives from the Seascape team, who Beneteau bought out a few years ago. And Seascape were a Slovenian company that made really clever little cruisers, and Beneteau saw this and took them on and were like, okay, we'll work with you to develop this sort of innovative fast cruisers. And this first 30 is one of the sort of fruits of that collaboration, and it's a really clever boat and very different. And as I say, their priority was that their boat could plane and was reasonably affordable, and the price for this boat is €100,000, which is pretty extraordinary for a brand new 30-foot boat. There aren't many out there at that sort of price bracket. What makes the boat special? Well, they've kept things very simple, they've kept it very light, and they've kept it easy to handle. So they've used standard production techniques, but they've obviously pared the boat down to not the bare minimum, but they've kept it very simple. The interior is quite basic but functional, and it's got everything you need to go cruising. You don't have a dishwasher, you don't have a washing machine, but you have a shower, head, sink, cooker, fridge, a good sized double berth, and a decent sized aft berth. The boat itself was designed by Sam Jefferson, who's a very well known racing designer, and the boat could obviously be raced, but their emphasis is fast cruising, but very fast cruising. And as such, it's a boat with full hull sections at the bow, so you've got a lot of internal volume at the bow, but that obviously gives you power for planing as well. Relatively broad aft sections, but not extreme. Twin rudders and tiller steering, everything kept nice and simple. And the result is a boat that really does, it's a bit of a game changer in terms of what they're doing. And it's quite impressive. I mean, it's nothing like a Beneteau Oceanis, for example, in terms of comfort, but what it is a lot of fun, and they're really thinking about their market. They're thinking about bringing new sailors into that market and getting people excited about sailing again, and that's what they're doing in this boat. And there's all sorts of small touches. For example, the head's door is not really a door, it's like a sort of vinyl partition with magnetic strips to hold it in place, which sounds bizarre, but it works and it saves a lot of weight. You've got a flooring area here, but to either side you've just got cork on the laminate, which again sounds rather basic, but they're looking at a market where people aren't necessarily looking for top-end luxury, they're just looking for fun, and that's what this boat is going to deliver. So yeah, basically can't wait to get out on the water and test sail it.